Start explanation.
Yeah, I you want me to explain multiple inheritance? Yeah, okay, I'll go with the multiple inheritance. So I have created one first interface class Amazon Pay, and second interface class called self message, and the third interface class receiver message. And after that, I just created a class multiple inheritance, and I'm implement with all the three interface classes Amazon Pay, self message and receive message. So here I created a main method. So and after that, I created a method, pay method, and notification method, and notification one method. So and I'm printing that pay method and notification one method. So if I run this, yeah, and inside that interface classes, I created a string. Sorry,
Um,
created.
yeah, okay.
Are you able to hear me?
You can hear, like for me, it is little cut here and there, but that's fine. You can
Okay.
go on, not an issue.
Yeah. Okay. If I print that, so I'll had a get together with friends at Levels Pub and Resto Bar and pay the bill using Amazon Pay app. And the second message is the notification which I have received. So after making the payment, I received a text message stating that 5,000 amount debited from your account. And the notification one is a third line is printing. So after making the payment, cashier received a message stating that 5,000 amount credited to your account.
Great, great. Yeah, multiple inheritance concept. Awesome.
Yeah.
Great. You're able to do multiple inheritance for more than three interfaces. Awesome.
Yeah.
Great,
Yeah. Yeah.
great. Yeah.
Yeah. I saw that.
Great.
I tried with five, then I reduced it to three.
Yeah, sure. Great, man.
Yeah.
Please add the program to the chat so that people can look into it and copy that program. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Uh,
Thank you.
so anyone else want to share the screen or is it just Sharath?
Yes, sir.
Good, Rajesh. How are you doing today? Good.
Yes, sir. All good, sir. How are you, sir?
Good, good. Yeah. Do you
Sir,
want to share the
share,
screen?
yeah, I'll share abstraction one.
Yeah, sure. Go on.
Hope my screen is visible.
It is
Uh,
visible.
yes, sir.
If you can
So
expand a
basically,
little bit.
okay,
Just one point. That's really more than enough.
okay. Is it fine, sir, or shall I zoom in?
Yeah, 1 point will be fine. This is also
Okay,
totally fine. Not an issue. Okay.
okay, okay. So
Good,
basically,
good.
abstract class, I have taken abstract methods. So in this abstract class, we have to make method as abstract using abstract keyword. And abstract class also allows methods without abstract. So this one I have just tried, so it was working fine, like without abstract. This abstract class basically allows both abstract and non-abstract methods also. And initially I have taken first method as a book and enter passenger info and enter destination. And this non-static, sorry, no, not non-static, non-abstract, it's a make a payment. And to achieve abstract, like I have created a flight booking class using extend keywords of this abstract class flight, and I have called these methods to achieve abstraction. And in void book, I have mentioned like booking Air India flight ticket through make my trip app, and similarly entered passenger info and entered a destination. And here also we can call the make payment, and here also I have tried like both the ways it is working. And I have created a like flight booking new object of this and called the book enter passenger info and enter destination and make payment of these methods. Let me run once. Yes, sir.
So great, yeah. Like, is your fine great destination to travel to Paris? Is it your dream place to go?
Yes, sir.
Good, good, yeah. Thank you so much, Rajesh. Any doubts in Rajesh program for abstraction? Everyone good there? Okay. Please copy the program and add in the chat so that people can copy it. So last but not least, one more program. Who wants to share? So no more volunteers, is it? Okay. I think Rajesh or Shahid would have done. If you can guys share, that will totally fine. The last but not least.
Yes, sir. Done, sir.
Okay, please share the screen, Rajesh.
Yes. I'm so sorry for the background noise, sir. Yeah. So basically, for encapsulation of a car, uh, like we need to have a private variable. Like I have taken speed as a private, and for encapsulation we can achieve it through set and get methods. So basically I have taken set speed, so that is like new speed is nothing but the whatever I have, we are taking the variable, right? So speed that will be get as and like using the this dot speed is equals to new speed. So whatever the argument we are passing it here, and to restrict the speed, like I have taken if else loop. So if a speed is like 80 is greater, I'm printing like driving safe and your speed is like 80 because the speed limit is 80. If it is above 80, I have just giving as like overspeeding, ready to pay fine, and we are getting it using the return speed. So and I have created an object of a ncap car, and I'm calling like using the reference variable ec dot set speed. So we can change it here, like whatever input we want we can just pass it, like we can set it here, and I am printing the get using ec dot get speed. Okay, let me run once. Yeah, 1 second, sir. Speed is 80, right? Let me just pass 90 once. So sorry, sir. 1 second. It is just like speed is zero. It is showing.
Yeah, it is taking the zero. I can.
Uh, sir, it was working fine actually. 1 second.
So we have given private in. That's fine. This speed equal new speed. I think new speed you have to put less than equal to 80, right? Take that new speed seventh line. Seventh line. So you're passing an argument which is new speed. Okay. Give that new speed in the eighth line in the if condition.
Yes, sir. It is working fine.
No, no. See, in eighth line, you have given speed less than equal to 80, right? It's
Yes,
a
sir.
private method. You give new speed there. Okay. Instead of that, because you're setting the speed and the new speed, that's what you're calling in 22nd line, right? So it
Yes,
should
sir.
be new speed. Good. I think now if you run, it should work.
Yes, sir. Oh, speeding 90. It is like
See, try with
here.
good.
Right? Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can try with positive scenario, maybe 75, something like that. You can also try that.
Let me give 80. Like it will be equals and
Yeah, good.
less than, right?
Driving safe? Good. Awesome. Thank you so much for the program. Please add that. Guys, I want more volunteers. If you can, please do share the screen. Please do demonstrate the program. I know few people are doing it. I want everyone to do it. If you can, please do it. Okay. So, any doubts in these three programs which you have guys have seen just now? Anyone in the class? Abstraction, encapsulation, multiple inheritance we have seen. No doubt. Shall we move on with the today's topic? Is it okay? Good. So let me share my screen. So today we'll discuss three topics. We will see constructors, all types of constructors, and also we'll try to see this and super keyword. Okay. And I want all of you guys to ask questions. It will be really interesting topic. When we use constructors, when we not use constructors, what are the rules of the constructors, etc. Okay. Let me create one class. Okay, new class. Let me put as, let's say, constructor class, something like that. In class recommended is Pascal case. I'm just creating a Pascal case. Remember, I think in the last class, we did create one constructor. I told you not to go in depth, but what exactly should be the, let's say we create a main method also, okay? Main, control space, we create a main method. Good. If you want to create default constructor, just a default constructor, what will be the syntax of it, of this particular class?
Same as the class name.
Class name, good. So if I just write class name, what does that do? It should be a method.
Yes.
Yes.
Good. Chalo. This is a constructor.
Yes.
Good. Okay. If you remember, for methods, we used to have void, let's say display, something like that, right? Display. One second. I'll back. Okay, what exactly is this void? It's a keyword, but what exactly it means?
Static.
It doesn't
Statica.
give any return types. It doesn't give any return.
It doesn't give any return types. That's it. So default return. Can we write void to the constructor? First, tell me that. Can we write void to the constructor? Void is also a method, right? Indirectly, can we write void to the constructor? Shall we see? Okay, let's see. Okay, it is throwing some error. What is the error? Change to constructor, configure problem severity. Okay, what is change to constructor? Does it take int? Okay, what does it say? Add return statement. Okay, let us add a return statement. It is returning still the integer value. Will it work? Change to constructor. Now, what did you understand? What is the first rule you have to understand? Two rules I have told you. Only one rule, maybe. Does it take return type?
No.
Does it not take a return type? Maybe void. Does it take void?
No.
No,
Right?
it's not taking.
So, what is the reason? See, for example, if it takes void, what will be the difference between this method and this method? This just user defined method, and this will be a constructor which is actually equivalent to the class name. So there should be no return type. Okay. Can it have arguments? Can it have arguments?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now let's say if I want to call this constructor. let's say parameterize something like that. How will I call this?
To create object.
Okay, let us create an object. For example, how will we create an object? Class name. Class name. Let's say CS or CC equal to new class. So this is the way we create an object, right? We are getting an error here. Why?
Need to write parameterized value we need to write inside here.
Value we need to write. Okay. There are two ways to resolve this error. First way is just write a integer value because you have given integer value. What if this class contains a default constructor? Okay. Now tell me how can I execute this constructor? So there is no error right now here. In the 18th line, I'm not facing any error. How will I call that? Think guys, think it's easy only.
cc.const class.
Okay. cc.const class. Okay, if I put cc, should it have constructor? No.
No.
Can we call the constructor directly? Create a method const class int. Const class int is already there. It's not a method. So one of the way to call this is we have to create another method which has like this. It should be a different name itself. Okay. If I run this, did execute this one?
Yes.
Okay. Now let us go one level deep. Can we overload a constructor? What is the meaning of overload? You guys remember overloading? Method overloading.
Same class name,
Same
different
class.
parameters.
Same class name.
Method.
Method name. That was method overloading.
Yeah.
You do overloading, constructor overloading. Can you do here?
Yes.
Right? So let's say I will take constructor same thing. Let's say I want to put string A and parameterize. Shall I put parameterize string parameter, something like that? Okay. Parameter. Now I'm using string here, but is this a return type? Is this a return type?
Yes.
It's a return type. What exactly is the return type?
It's a data type of an variable.
Correct. That is what I'm expecting. This string is the data type of this variable. It is not a return type. When you say return type, it should be like this, right? Return string value, something like that. Anything, even the integer, if it in double quotes, is string value. So, can constructor have a return type?
No.
No, correct. It should never have a return type. Okay. Can constructor be an abstract method? Remember abstraction?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's say if I write abstract const class. Can I write like this? Can a constructor have an abstract? It should not have. Constructors cannot be an abstract method. First of all, it's a constructor. Of course, it's a method. It has to have an implementation or a signature. So abstraction is not possible for a constructor. So let's say if it is possible. So what is the rule? Do we have to define, right? Okay, let's say it's a abstract class. Okay, let's go one point beyond. Okay, let's say we don't have an error. How do you define how do you implement this? We have already seen it in abstraction. If we have an abstract method, let's say if you have an abstract method, okay, let me put a comment here. Let me put, so can abstract class, okay, what is this default constructor? Remove invalid modifiers, okay? Okay, let's go. Abstract display, something like that. So if I just put abstract should have a return type, let's say void display. So what is the issue? Okay, already do we have a display? Okay, already display is there. Now, you remember guys when we did abstraction, how did we implement this method? How did we give a body to this method? How did we do it?
Creating a new method.
New method or
Extend.
Extend.
extra inheritance? Good, that's what, right? Okay. Now, see, now we are getting an error here because what is the error here? Cannot initiate the type const class because this was public class. Okay. Now we will also see what abstraction has in const class. Okay. Cannot make type as constant. Okay. Public abstract const class. Okay. If we don't put abstract, this will not work. So if you remember, for abstract class definition, to define this method or to write a body with this method, there should be another class which is using this. Let's say class A extends this particular class, const class. Then what we are doing, this abstract class can be extended by normal class also. Okay, what is the issue here? Type A is already defined. Let's say class RTC, something like that. Okay. Now here, if it was an abstract class, it will ask the implementation of this one. Then we would have given the implementation like here. We'll put void display one. This is called method overriding. Remember guys, method overriding, same method name,
Yes.
in different class, method overriding. Now here it is, I have given as a comment because it's not an abstract class. What I was trying to say, can a constructor have an abstract method? This much story I have given just to you guys to understand, can a constructor have abstract method? Abstract as a keyword. Can a constructor have abstract keyword?
No, sir.
No,
So,
it should not have. Okay, constructor cannot have an abstract keyword. Constructor cannot have a return type. Constructor cannot have a void also. Can constructor be static? Okay, so let's see. Static, void. Can a constructor be static? It is giving error.
No.
Change to constructor. Configure problem severity. No, it cannot be a static also. So, rule is constructor is a name of a class. It can be overloaded. This is called constructor overloading. It can have parameter. These are called parameterized constructor. Okay. Any doubts till this point? Any doubts till this point? No doubts?
Sir, in constructor, overriding is happens, but not overloading.
So this is overloading. Okay. Okay, good question. Can we override a constructor? Shall we try overriding constructor?
yes, sir.
Okay, chalo. So what is the first thing when you understand overriding means? it should have same name. What is overriding meaning?
Same class name, same
Same
Same.
method.
same method name. Okay, let's see. If I want to override, or let me override this one, or let me override any of the method or constructor. Let me copy this. Okay, let me paste it to another class. Okay, no, it is giving me an error. Okay, what is the error here? Set method return type or change to constructor. If I change to constructor, what will happen? RTC, which is the class name. Now, remember, if we want to override a constructor of this particular class, if I'm calling it of that class, it is not working. Why it is not working? This class has its own constructor name. So the constructor of this class is RTC. There is no const class constructor. So now what you'll understand? Can we override a constructor?
Oh, no.
No, we cannot override. But we can overload the constructor. That's called constructor overloading. Okay. Okay. Can we put final keyword to the constructor? Can you put?
Might be no, sir.
See, remove invalid modifier. It's not even taking it. Okay. Last but not least, how do I, for example, I have just shown you, but still I'll ask. If I want to call this constructor, how do I call it?
By passing parameters of a string.
Okay. I understood that, but how do I call it here? Okay. Execution starts from main 21st.
Yes.
Okay. Now tell me the syntax of the string constructor, the constructor which has a string as a parameter. How do I call it?
We have to create one more object.
Const class cc2,
Okay. Const class cc2,
new const class,
new const class.
passing string argument.
Okay. Let me give some other name. So we have a number of people today. So always take the name which I feel it is new. Let's take Akshata. I think Akshata I have never taken. Is it okay if I write your name Akshata?
Yes, sir.
Okay, chalo. I have taken Akshata. Now, what I am doing here, just by looking into it, if I execute, what I am doing? Just to tell you what exactly happened in 24th line. Okay.
A new object is created for that method. Sir.
Yeah,
Const
this
class.
is a new object, const class. It is understood. But I want okay. So let's say if I display I wrote right here, let's say sysout display something like that. Okay. So every constructor should have, let's say if I put cc2 dot display should be there. Okay. What I'm doing here?
Calling that display method.
Yes, that's what I want. If I'm calling this method, what I'm doing here?
Calling that constant class. That's
Yes, correct. That's what I wanted. Calling this constructor which has a input as a string parameter. Okay. So to call a constructor, what do you do? What do you understood here?
we are creating a new object.
So to call a constructor, while creating an object, constructor is called. How will you call a constructor? Based on what we have given, based on the structure. If the constructor needs a string, create an object of a constructor of a class which has a constructor name or a class name as a string parameter. If I want to call integer constructor, I'm just giving integer constructor. Don't quote me on it. Constructor doesn't have a return type, so it is not an integer constructor, but It is a constructor which has an integer as a parameter, integer variable as a parameter. I have to give integer variable as a parameter. If I want to call default constructor, I have to call like this. Now let's go one level deep. Okay, I'll remove all the constructors. Okay, this is what we have been seeing for a very long time. Now, okay, what we are doing here?
Calling the default constructor.
Yes, but is there any default constructor?
No.
No. Okay, this point you have to also understand. This is where we are creating an object, but default, if the constructor doesn't explicitly created, when you're calling this, default constructor is created parallelly. So then CC reference variable, we can use it. So even if you don't do like this, right? So if you remember, if we are if you're not calling this, if you're doing like this constructor, default constructor, if you're calling, if the implementation of that constructor is not there, it was giving an error. Just a while ago we saw. For parameterize, if you pass an integer constructor should be called. If it is called, and if the implementation was not there here, it was throwing an error. Okay. Let me show you one example. If I have constructor class of int a, right? Int a. Okay. And if I just call this, and if I give 10, it is fine, because it will see the implementation of this constructor is there or not. It is here. If I delete this, it will throw an error or not?
It will
Throw an error.
Yes.
So similarly, if the logic applies, it should also throw an error for this. Is it throwing an error? Is 11th line throwing an error?
No.
No, right? Why?
It's defaultly created, right? You told that.
That's what I'm trying to come. Good point. See, I was just trying to explain. So if you're creating an object, even though you have not declared specifically a default constructor, still it will work by creating default constructor by its own. Okay, this is also a part of constructor. Okay, can people say what and all we have studied till now about constructor? Any like 3 points are totally enough. Anyone? What you have understood about constructor?
Constructor doesn't have return type.
Good. Return type is not there. Good.
Constructor doesn't have final keyword.
Good.
Constructor doesn't have abstract
Abstract
method.
keyword. Good.
Yeah, override is not possible.
Overriding is not possible. Good.
Yes, and if you're not creating a default constructor, it will, if you're calling a default constructor, creating a default object, it will consider it defaultly created.
Good.
It has defaultly created.
Yeah, if you're creating a method with the default constructor or a class name which has nothing as a parameter, and if you're not specifically calling the default constructor, it will parallelly create the default constructor. And one more point we missed, which was very important.
Like it's automatically called when an object is created.
Good. So one more point, very important. What is this?
We can use overload.
We can override a constructor. Good. We cannot override a constructor. Good. But
and we can do overloading, right?
Constructor
we can do overloading.
Should have the name of same as class name.
This is the most important thing, because if I write like this, okay, this becomes a constructor. Now, is this a constructor? Const class 1?
No.
No. Okay. Is this a constructor?
No.
No.
No. Why?
Case sensitive.
Good. Java is case sensitive language. If it was another language, JavaScript doesn't matter. It would have been case sensitive. Okay. Good. Are we good with constructors? What till now? What you have done? Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We have covered parameterized constructor overloading. We have covered copy constructor is there, but Java does not have inbuilt copy constructor. So we can do it manually. That's totally fine. Now, we will go. There are two things which are really important. We have this as a keyword. Okay. If I just write this, see the color? It's a keyword. Right or not?
Yes, it's
Right.
Okay. There is one more thing called super. Isn't the keyword? See the
Yeah.
color. Good.
Yeah, it's
Okay. Let's discuss this and super. Now, we have seen two constructors, parameterized and non-parameterized. Okay. Let me create a non-parameterized and default. Means which is not parameter, it doesn't have a proper parameters. Default constructor and parameterized constructor. Let me add. Let me give int a and let me give sys out int parameterize something I'll put. Okay. In params. I'll write something here. Default params. Okay. I'll write one more method here. Void instead of void display. So void display 2. Okay. I'll just write display 2. Okay. Now, if I want to call this method inside this method, how do I call it? How do I call it? Okay. First of all, can I call a method inside another method? You can call, right? Or not?
not tried.
Not
So we
tried.
can not tried it.
We have not tried it. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember one thing we did? I don't remember what name I gave. This one. What we're doing here? Can we call method inside a method?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Of course, it's the same method name, but can we call? Is it not restricted, right? So that's fine. If you guys, if I want to call it, how can I call display to instead of display? Okay. Can I just write display 2? Is it throwing an error?
No.
No. Okay. But can I call display 2 in the main method?
No.
No, right?
No, sir.
Okay. Tell me what is the difference of here and what is the difference here? Why it is giving an error? It's easy. What these concepts we have already discussed.
In main method, we have to
Method
create
is
an
a
object.
static.
Static.
That is correct, Radhika. Main method is static method.
Yeah, we have to create an object to call the display.
That's it. We have to put cc dot display to then it will work.
Yeah,
Good. Now tell me why it is working here.
it's a non-static method, right? Both are non-static methods, so it's working.
Yes, correct. So it's a non-static method. That's why we're able to call display to in the display. For example, if I just call like this, and so what exactly will happen? It will call display method. What will print? You tell me. If I run this. First, it will display. Of course, it will print this also because the default constructor. First display, secondly display 2 because we have called display 2. Okay? Okay. Now, what if I gave like this?
Display 2, display 2, and display.
Display, display to, display to, and display. That's it.
Display, display to,
Okay.
display to, and display.
Display.
So, so display, display to, and display. That's it. So 2 times functions will be called. Correct? That's it. That's the answer, final answer for everyone.
And 1 second, sir. Display 2 is not called, right? Like in main method, only display is called.
Okay.
That's
We're only
DC.
calling display. Nice. You tell me
And
what was the answer. Yeah.
display and display too.
Display and display 2. That's it.
So display and display. That's it.
Yeah.
Good. Are we good? Okay. Anyone else has any other answer? I think Lavanya, Manasa, Pavitra, Preeti. I think Srinath. Anyone else have any answer? Any other answer?
No, sir. Same only. Display.
Same answer.
So it will
Display,
print
display,
like
display.
four, sir. It will print
4 times. Okay. Display, display to, display to, and display. That's it.
display, display to, display.
So display, display to, display. That's it.
Yeah, sir.
Okay. Display, display, display. Shall I run? That's the final answer, guys. Everyone. Shall I run? What is the issue? Now, let us go up. Up, up, up. See? What is happening? Isn't it an infinite loop? Okay. Just analyze it, guys. I'm calling display, right? What is there in display? Display is printing, but it's calling what?
Display too.
So display to display to what? It is calling what?
Display one.
Again, it will go here. Again, in display, it will come here. Is it not an infinite method calling? Are you not getting it?
Yes, sir. It is infinite.
Understood? A simple logic. Okay. First, I never called this. I just gave you a simple, what do you say in language? Simple biscuit to understand, to just get you into bait to think, okay, only we are calling this once. I just added it in front of you, but the mindset was it will only call once or twice. So if you call like this, isn't it an infinite calling method? That's why it called. But after a while, it got an error. Okay, let's see what is the error. Okay, let me go a little down. If the memory of this particular thing is gone, it will have an exception. Okay, there is thread in main java.lang stack overflow error. Okay, so this is what it got an exception. If exception was not there, if we're in try and catch, that we'll see later or how to do exception handling. It is just an infinite method call. Okay, just for making sure that you guys understand. So people can ask questions like this in interviews, right? Just in front of you, since I showed you through execution, but in real time, if they just ask you to write in notes, how will you understand it? You have to be very observant. Okay, now you understood how to call a method inside a method. Okay, good. Till now this good. Okay, now let me remove this. Now there are 2 constructors here, default constructor and a parameterized constructor. Can I call a parameterized constructor in a default constructor? Can I call?
I think no.
Okay, shall we try? Let's try. Okay, count class of 10, something like that. So what is the error here? Create a method const class of int. Okay, see, we were able to call non-static method in non-static method. Similarly, for a static also, static inside static we can call, right? For example, if I have a static method here, static void something called, let me take Rajesh only. Again, I'm taking your name Rajesh all the time. So if I just write Rajesh here, so remember how we're calling, isn't it main a static method, right? How do I call Rajesh method?
Directly we can call.
Directly, right? Remember, this is what we're doing. It will not throw an error. Now, but I want to call a constructor inside a constructor. this is where the value of this comes. Okay, if I call like this, and after this nothing should be there. So this should not be the last one. Okay, now if I just put adds here, control, click here, just to put click control, so it will show you open declaration. Open declaration, isn't it going here? Okay, you understood this part, how to call a constructor instead of another constructor? No,
Yeah,
not looking. Okay.
using this keyword. Got it.
This keyword. Now 31st line. Okay, I'm just removing this. Now tell me what will be the answer. I'm just calling a what is the answer? Come on guys, what is the answer? Come on, can do it. Come on guys, what is the answer? Tell me.
It will
Default
both default and init.
Default parameter.
Okay, first it will, no, I want like what it will print, what will be the exact output. I just want that. You can tell whatever you want, but just think and tell. Just think. These are very important concepts. Okay, this keyword, even in industry, when I create a framework, I always use this. Okay.
Int,
It will
int
be
and
7th line output.
7th line. Okay, first it will print this one. Okay, then what it will print? That's it. Only this one will come, Pavitra.
Might be yes, sir.
Okay. Anyone else has any other answer?
first int and then default.
First intent default. Okay, good. Any other answer, guys? Karthik,
Same.
any other answer?
Same intent default.
Intent default. Okay, good. Any other answer? Manasa, any other answer? Good with that. Preeti? Okay. Let's see. If we get that answer, I need an explanation from Sharath or Rajesh. Why?
Sir, basically, in the sixth line, this we called, right?
Yes.
So this of 10th, so it will come to the directly a 10th execution line. Sorry, 11th. So that
Okay.
line sysort will be called.
Hmm.
When 6th is printed, right? Then it will come to the 7th line and default will be printed.
Yes, correct. Correct. Then see, execution always starts from main. What is there in main? Object creation. So go to the declaration of this. It goes here. Again, always understand what is calling. First, see, just put hover it and just go right click. That's it. Open declaration. It will go to default constructor. What is the first line in the default constructor? This dot 10. Okay. Open declaration. This is the first line which is print in the params. Then goes to 7th line. It will print default param. Okay. Why didn't it print void display and void display too?
We didn't
We're not calling right.
Yes, correct. That's what I wanted to. How do we call? We create a method. Okay. Can I call this here? Can I call like this? Or can I call like this? Not only constructor we can call a method also. Okay. Can I call a main method in Rajesh? See,
No, I think so.
no. Can I call this? Okay, understand this. Whatever you write after this, it should This should always be the first statement in constructors. For example, if you write this of 10 here, it will throw an error stating constructor call must be the first statement of a constructor. This is for constructors, okay? Always remember, constructor calling will be the first statement. Then comes super chaining, constructor chaining also is there. That will come in a while. But for methods, calling this, it represents call a method in this particular class. That's what I'm saying. Call display to, here call display. It doesn't matter if you're calling in the second line or a third line. It doesn't matter if you're calling more than once. Okay, this is a difference. Now, if you have another constructor which is a string constructor, exactly string concept doesn't exist. I'm just saying a string as a parameter. Okay, this of 20. What is happening here? Constructor call must be the first statement in constructor. Now, can I call default constructor in a parameter constructor? Can I call this constructor in this constructor?
Yes, sir. I think it
Yes.
should.
Okay,
Yes.
tell me how to call it.
This dot const class. Sorry, only this. Braces.
Only this. Okay, only this working. Okay, this what I was telling. You remember in display we used to call display to display, right? This is what we are calling infinite loop or recursive calling. In constructor, recursive calling is not accepted. If we put this one like this, is it giving an error? No. Yes or no? Okay. I'll explain once again. In display and display to, we were able to call this method, and if you go inside this method, display to, we are calling a display. So it is kind of a infinite loop. That infinite loop or recursive constructor calling or recursive function calling should not happen in constructors. It is not allowed. Got this point? No? You want me to explain one more time? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. So understood this? For example, if I have a constructor call of this, okay, and I'll just write string parents. Now, if I call this just like this, okay, can I call? See, there is an issue with CC here. Remove CC, add, suppress, warning, blah blah. CC is unused. Okay, so if you get this kind of warning, what will you do? There is one thing which I want to tell you. See, what will we do usually? We will put cc dot display non-static method will call, right? The warning of cc is gone. Now, since we are doing constructors, creation of an object will call a constructor. Now, what will you do? How will you suppress this warning? See, it's not an error. It's still a warning. But how will you suppress that warning?
By calling any of the method.
Yeah, that's true. But I want to only call constructor. So do you think still it is okay for the warning? Since it's unused variable. Unused variable have unused memory. Unused memory, for once it's okay. If you have, let's say, 1,000 classes and 1,000 unused variables. will it not remove the performance of the automation framework?
Just removing the unused variable.
Okay. How do you remove that? Like this? It will throw an error.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, okay, no issues. Just remove this. What did we learn? If you're just calling constructor, just if you put new, and if you call this constructor also, if we go to constructor method, constructor call. Okay, but we cannot call display directly now because we have not created a reference variable. Only in these scenarios, if you're calling a constructor, this is also more than enough. Understood? Any doubts in this point? Good?
Sir,
Yeah.
this once again, sir, like recursive is there, right?
Okay, you want me to tell recursive one? Okay,
Yes.
good. Chalo. How do I call this and parameterize consider continuously? Okay, if I'm calling this dot 10 here, it will go here. If I want to call the default constructor, what I will do? What do I do? What I should do in 11th line? Okay. Am I audible? Sometimes I feel today my connection is not good, but I'm audible for you guys, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, if I want to call this constructor inside the parameterized one, and if I want to infinite loop out of it, this is the only thing I can do. Call this constructor parameterized inside the default, call default inside the parameterized. But in constructors, this is not, it is prohibited. We can't do it. Okay, that's the first thing. Understood? But
Yes.
we can do constructor chaining, that I'll come in a second. But now I want you to see what will be the output of this particular thing. What is output? Output? What is output?
One second, sir.
What should be that? Yes, on. You can take your time, no issues. Tell me the output.
Int default string.
Okay. So I think first int, then default, then int default, then int default and string. Come on, guys, it's easy. It's very easy to understand. Okay.
Sir,
Come from
string,
the basics. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Go on. Go on.
string will be printed.
Okay.
First,
String first, then
and then it will go a default.
the string will be printed, then default is printed, then
String default, and then again it will come to 11th line, and again string, and then
So-
int.
okay. String default again string int. String default string int, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anyone else has any other answer? Shall I execute?
Yes, sir.
Good. Chalo. String int default. Do you guys want me to explain this? Chalo. Now, let's start from basic. What execution starts from main, right? Okay.
Yes.
So if I'm calling this, am I not calling a default constructor? Calling default constructor?
Yeah.
So this of 10, what actually it implies?
That int parameter.
Int wala?
Yes.
Now, What is the first line of this? What is the first line of this int parameter of an int constructor? This dot 20, which is a string, right?
String.
What is the
Yes.
first line of string constructor?
String.
We are
Ah,
printing a string
So
parameter.
this is the first thing it will print, right?
Yeah.
It print int. So we were here, right?
Yes.
Okay. Since we were here, it was called. Then what it will print?
Okay. Int parameters.
Int. That's why it print in parameters. So this call was this 10, right? That's why you were calling this. What is the last line to be printed?
Default.
Okay.
Default, right? Understood? Okay.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
1 second, guys. 1 second. If you have doubt, just call. Just ask. I'm really sorry, guys. I had a call to attend. But did you guys understood this?
Sir, can you brief it again?
Sure. Great, Manasa. Manasa, please ask questions. I think I remember you asking questions along initial days, but please do ask questions. I really like it. Okay, when people ask. Okay. Do you want me to explain this?
Only the output, like how it came, like.
Yeah, sure. Let's go from the beginning. I will explain the output. So tell me the first line will execute. Execution starts from where?
Um.
Execution start. If I'm calling this class, execution starts from main method, right?
Yes. Yes.
Good. So if the main method, I'm creating an object. Since there is no use of reference variable, I'm calling a default constructor because it has nothing. Okay. Now
Yes.
it will go to 6. This is the first constructor we're calling. Now understand this. This is how it will execute. It will execute the 6th line first, 7th line second, right?
Yes. Yes.
Now, what is there in 6th line? What is
This.
there in 6th line? This
The
of
10.
10.
Yeah.
What does it imply?
It. So 10th is const A, and
Yes.
it is in, yeah.
Good. Okay. Now, 7th is not executed yet, but this constructor was called. Now, this will execute once this 6 is complete. Now, for 6 to complete, it is calling another constructor, which is int. Now, how this will work? It should execute the 11th line, then it should execute 12th line.
Yes.
Now, it is executing 11th line. What is there in 11th line?
It will go to 20.
It will go to. It will go to
sorry.
here.
Sorry. Next const class. Yeah.
Good. It will execute 16, right?
Yeah.
So this will the first line to print, correct?
Yes.
Now, after this, where it will go? Which line? Because this was already rare, right? We were in 11th line. In 11th
Yes.
line, we printed this. Shall it go
Yes.
to 12th line?
Yes.
Good. Then int will be printed, right? Now,
Yes.
first we call default constructor only. In this one, we got this 2 lines as an output.
Yes.
What is the next line to be executed?
The default will come.
Yes, correct. Good. That is the answer. Everyone understood? Understood?
Yes.
Good. Awesome. If you guys,
And
Yeah,
Yeah.
go on, sir.
And it works like this chain. It works like a nested loop, right?
It works like a nested only. Good. It works like a nested thing. But here what we're doing, we are calling constructor inside a constructor, but it is not a recursive. It is not an infinite loop. Did it end?
Yeah.
It ended,
It
right?
will end.
In
It
constructor,
ended.
we cannot have an infinite loop. Now tell me, in this tree constructor, if I want to have an infinite loop, what I'll do here? It is very easy. In which line I have to add this? If I do like this, isn't it a creation of an infinite constructor calling? This calls integer, integer calls string, and string calls default. Isn't it infinite?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
That's why this we cannot do it. So constructor infinite calling or recursive constructor calling is not allowed in constructors. Are we good till this point?
Yeah. In the first, we created a first method. If we use any other parameter,
Okay.
so we can create a infinite loop.
Okay. Tell me how do I create? Tell me.
In the first cons class, default cons class,
Default constructor. Okay. What do you want me to call?
you just use any parameter.
Okay. Should I use string wala? Good.
Not there above the line, fifth line.
Oh, you want me to use here? Okay.
Yeah, any parameter we use, and we'll use that parameter in the string.
Okay. You want me to call a string one? Can I call a string one?
Okay,
String is already there.
Already there, right? You remember method overloading, constructor overloading? How does it work? If we have same parameter data type, is it correct or wrong?
It's wrong.
Hmm.
If
So-
you use double.
Yeah, sure. Let's use double. Good.
Yeah, double A use.
Okay. Double A. Okay. Good.
Yeah, in the 14th line.
Hmm.
After the 14th line, just
Okay,
use
14th
this
line,
dot.
Okay. Now there is one more thing. Can I call this after at the end?
No, first you have to call, right?
Okay. Sure. That's it. That's
Before
good.
that.
Okay. After 13th, enter. Call
After
tell me.
13th, yeah.
This dot, this of double, let's say we use float value. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's calling this, right? Now tell me where is there is no default class now. Okay. That's why it is throwing an error. Okay. Default constructor. If we, okay, there is one more rule which I missed. See, it is throwing an error. But when I told default constructor will be created if we call a constructor class, right? If we create a method, but if you're specifically mentioning any other constructor, if you're not creating a default constructor, and if you're creating a method with a default constructor, it will create an error. Okay. See, that point I missed. Thank you, Sharad, for that. Okay. So
And you told me that if you're not creating a default constructor, it will automatically consider a default constructor, right?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. If
Then
we are yeah, if we have another constructors parameterized, right?
Okay.
It will think already constructors you're specifically creating. If we are not creating this, it will throw an error. If we are not creating this, all constructors, all parameterized, and if you're not creating default, then it will not throw an error. It will only create a default constructor when no other constructor is created. No constructor.
Oh, got it.
Okay.
Okay.
That point I made. Thank you for that. Okay. Now you tell me how we can call a recursive constructor or an infinite constructor loop.
Sir, like in default constructor, we can call for the second one.
Okay, chalo. How do you call a second one? Second one means this one loop one. Okay, let's call. Let's do it. Good. Then
we can this dot double,
so
and in
call.
double, yeah, we can call this dot like int value we can pass.
Good. Let us pass int value.
int value.
Hmm.
And in third one, we can again call the double one.
Third one we want to call a double one.
Yeah.
Okay, chalo.
Like it will come to second, third, second. You can
Yeah.
repeat.
Okay. What is the error? Recursive constructor invocation double. Can we do it?
No.
No, right? That's what
Yeah.
I was telling. Like we cannot have a recursive construction call. This is what I love the participation. You guys are getting it. So how did you understand this keyword? So this can be used many other ways. I'll give you a few examples for you guys to practice. Okay. For example, I gave a here, right? Okay. If I put this dot a equal to a, okay, and if I define int a equal to 10, okay, if I print a in int parameters, what will be the a value? Again, understand what exactly this dot a means.
A means like the parameter we are passing.
Okay, I gave 20 as the value here, and I gave int a equal to 10, and I'm telling this a. Okay, now go to the constructor declaration. I'm saying this a 10 equal to a. If I print the a value, what do you think will print it? And I'm calling a constructor which is a integer parameterized constructor. This will be the last thing which I discussed, guys, today. Today I'll end the class little early, which I have to catch a bus. Tomorrow I'll take 15 minutes or 20 minutes extra. Is that okay with you guys?
Yeah, sure. No
Okay.
issues.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry for that. Sorry for that. I have to catch a bus 11:25. I have to come to Bangalore again. Okay. Now I just want you to understand this concept. Then we'll wind up the class. So tell me, 20 it will print or 10 it will print, just for your knowledge of constructors. And we are using this dot t equal to a, and we are outputting a value.
It will print 20.
20. Okay.
Good, see.
So okay. Okay, let's see what it will print. 20.
Yes.
You see the color variance. Okay.
Yeah.
What if I put this dot a?
It will print 10.
10. Okay. Let's
Yes.
run it. Will it print 10? If you go to the declaration, it will go here only. Now understand this. This is what I want to say. Did we assign this dot a equal to a means, isn't it not like int some value equal to 20, and I gave some int b equal to 10 here, and if I'm printing this b, shall I not print 20? Okay, let us go a little deeper. So did we
Can
give
you
a
repeat that?
parameter? Yeah, I'll tell you. I'll explain a little bit. So we gave int a. What is the value we gave for int a? 20? 20?
Yeah, 20.
Good. So just see the color here. So we are saying this dot a. So whatever the value of a is, assign 20 to this value. Understood? If I'm printing this dot a, it will print 20 now. If I don't have this, right? If I didn't have this, what it will print? 10?
Yeah.
Good. So
Yeah.
This is also another thing which we use. We are telling the variable, we are overriding whatever the value it was there before and assigning the value which it was getting from the parameters. So this is also another use of this keyword. We will call this keyword in constructor calling. We can call this keyword in assigning a parameter if we give any value, or if we just call this dot a without assigning, whatever the value was there in that, it will write. And we can call methods also by using this. Even if you don't use, it is not an issue. Okay, understood guys till this point?
Yeah, but you said overriding is not possible.
Yeah,
in
method
constructor,
overriding.
right?
Method overriding is
Okay,
not
we are using a parameter overriding, right?
yes.
Okay.
See, I use overriding. Maybe I should not use the value. Maybe the value will be updating this a value. That's it. Now,
Okay.
now if I just check sysout.a, just for you make to understand what it will type now. And if I just use sysout.a here. So here we have, okay, change static. Let's say let me put static here. Last but not least, okay, I have to, okay. Static a equal 10, this dot a equal to a, this dot a, and e. So there are three here. First, it should print this value, then
Yeah.
it should print this value, then it should print this value. Tell me what will be the values.
20, 10, 10,
20, 10,
10, again 10.
okay, 20, 10, 10. Everyone okay with that? 20, 20, 20.
20, 20.
Okay, okay, let's understand. Okay, int a again. I have passed 20 or 10? 20?
Yeah, 20.
Okay. Now I'm saying this dot a update the value to 20, right?
Yeah,
Okay. This dot a is what?
20.
This is the first thing it print 20. Didn't what is the a value? This one? See the color.
Okay.
What did we pass? 20?
20.
20. The last one was a. Didn't I update the value of a to 20?
Yeah, yeah.
Right? This dot a means we're just updating the value to a value which we passed. So directly the value will be changed 20. Good. Are we good, guys? Okay.
Yes.
Hold
Yeah.
that thought. Let us catch tomorrow. We'll see super keyword. We'll see a number of things. We'll extend the class for 20 minutes extra. I'll give you the assignments on this and constructors. Okay. Tomorrow morning, come up with the assignments. Thank you so much. We will meet tomorrow. Bye, guys. I'll stop the recording.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.